It's Moonji, and today is April 19th, 2026. It is a Sunday. Tomorrow I start work, but today I shall do a different kind of work, kind of relaxing type of work. So, as you can see, I kind of started this. I was trying to, I was testing out my microphone because I've been having issues with it. Oh, oops. I've been having issues with it. Oh, goodness. Okay. Essentially, like, there have been issues where I just want to record. Maybe I laugh sometimes, and it just kind of gets annoyed with me. It gets tired of dealing with me. I laugh or I get loud and excited sometimes, and it's not having it. It's just not having it. So that is a big issue for me, because if I laugh or if I want to express something with my voice, it's like, nope, sorry, you gotta shut up. So anyway, moving forward, I have been trying to record this video in particular for a long time, at least 2 or 3 weeks. So I basically have a website pulled up. It's called Social Self, and there's an article in there that's called 222 Questions to Get to Know Someone, Casual to Personal. And I've answered maybe the same questions maybe like 4 or 5 times as a whole, like in total. So I'm going to answer them now. Hopefully my mic doesn't freak out. This is going to be the very last time because I'm losing my patience. But yeah, so okay, so oh my gosh, I'm already messing up. Alright, here we go. First question, it's a casual question. So the first 29 questions are casual questions. So that's what we're going to answer, and I'm going to try to answer them, quickly. So here we go. What's your favorite time of the year? My favorite season is autumn. I love seeing the color of the trees change. Even though this is Florida, the colors of the trees do change. It doesn't get too cold here, but it does get pretty cold, especially when it's like humid or whatever. Or not humid, but like when there's moisture, it gets really cold. It kind of amplifies it, right? So yeah, I do enjoy the cold weather here. The cooler weather here. Oopsies. Oh my gosh. I'm not too focused. Oh my gosh, now I'm really messing up. But yeah, so yeah, I do like autumn here. It's pretty relaxed, pretty chill, yeah. Do you ever binge on TV shows? Yes, I do. The most recent thing I've binged was probably anime. I watched what was it that I watched recently? I mean, I have been kind of binging Dragon Ball, like starting from Dragon Ball. But there was another anime that I watched. I forgot what it was. But I remember back in like high school, I binged a lot of Netflix. Like there was a show called Anne with an E, and it was based on Anne of Green Gables. I never read that book, but I know it's like a very popular children's story novel book. I loved it for the most part. There were some things I definitely don't agree with, but it's woke culture and whatnot. But yeah, so that does make sense. But yeah, so there have been a lot of things. I've definitely binged animes like Naruto and stuff like that. I've even watched what they call like filler, or things that are not necessarily canon. But yeah, do you work out? Yes, I do. Not as often as I used to, not as intensely as I used to. Definitely want to get back into doing that, and like actually enjoying the feel of working out and have the motivations to work out. I definitely miss that. I also miss feeling good, like, and feeling kind of strong. Not like buff strong, like manly strong kind of thing, but yeah. Oh shoot, I didn't see that. Okay. So next is, what do you like to eat? I think everyone can agree they like to eat food, but I think they're probably talking about like maybe the flavors. I like to eat savory food, rich, flavorful food. Some things, but sometimes some people make things that are very spicy or too flavorful. And when I say spicy, it's not necessarily like hot kind of spicy, but like too many spices kind of thing, you know. So that's what I mean when I refer to spicy. When I say spicy, that's what I'm referring to. I do. Oh shoot. I do like sweets, but the kind of sweets that I like are like syrupy, buttery, like Arab kind of sweets where it's like crunchy or like I don't know, like delicate. It's got peanut or not peanuts. Well, some of them do have peanuts, like pistachios and stuff like that. I love that. My mom is vacuuming in the background if you can hear that. But I mean, above all sweets, like if you're talking about including candy, I definitely prefer chocolate over candy, in general. But yeah, so those are the kinds of things I like to eat. Next is, would you take a trip to outer space? No, never. Yeah, I would just never do that. I think we're meant to be on Earth. Even if we could go to outer space, I wouldn't do it. Right? So, next it says, what's your favorite cartoon? If we're counting animes, I have a lot of different stuff to watch that I enjoy, like a lot of cartoons that I enjoy watching. There are a lot of animes I would rewatch, but if we're just talking about like American cartoons or whatever, if they are even American cartoons, but I really liked Scooby-Doo. Really liked. Oh, okay. I really liked SpongeBob. Actually, SpongeBob is probably my favorite. SpongeBob is probably my favorite cartoon ever. If we're counting animation stuff, probably Shrek. I could definitely watch Shrek over and over and over and over again. Wait. Oh, okay, it's including this. Okay. Wow. So, oh my gosh. Moonji, get it together, girl. So, yeah, there's that. That's, I would say that. For animes, I love Kotaro Lives Alone. I think that's a really cute, small series. I love One Punch Man. Oh, that's what I binged recently. The most recently was definitely One Punch Man. But I watched something else too, because there were still things coming out on Hulu. There were still episodes coming out like weekly on Hulu. I don't remember. It might have been, maybe that's when I started watching Dragon Ball. I don't remember too well, but yeah. I love, there's one called Cells at Work, and it's basically about red and white red and white blood cells, T cells, like all these like actual like anatomically correct TV show or cartoon anime about the human body. And I just love it. I love it so much. It's so good. There's a lot of things. I'll probably make like a video about it just because I think it is really fun to revisit those kinds of things. Yeah, so then the next question is, what's your drink of choice? Oh, actually it says, do you play any sports? No, I do not currently play any sports. I never officially played like on a team or even a solo sport, like not professionally, but like seriously. I would just play during gym. I really enjoyed basketball, or really enjoyed volleyball. I enjoyed soccer. I really love soccer. It's definitely a sport that I would also watch. There aren't many sports that I would watch instead of play. I'd rather play sports than watch people play them, unless like it's like somebody I know or something like that. Like I would watch wrestling. That is a sport that I would watch and not play, would not engage in. But yeah, so I don't play any sports. Although I used to want to, but I am also a Muslima, so I would not be able to play any sports like on a team or publicly or anything like that. It would definitely have to be like within my own home with my own kids on a private land or something, you know, so that no one can see me play those things for certain reasons, you know. Anywho, we also have what's your drink of choice, and I will always say water. Uh, you know, very easy. You know, it goes with everything. I would say doesn't make me feel weird when I drink it with things. But yeah. Oh shoot. Next, do you go for stability? Oh, sorry, keep skipping it. Is there any movie actor you just can't stand? Yes, there's many. I mean, I guess I can stand some of them because they're just human beings, but if it's like the acting and stuff like that, there are certain actors I just can't stand. Like Adam Sandler, I know a lot of people find him funny and stuff, but he plays like basically the same character every single time. He's got like very little range. He doesn't have the smallest range, but like I just don't really find him that funny. I think there are other actors that are funnier than them. Like I remember on Love Is Blind one time, I watched there was like one couple and she asked her, I guess, fiance at that time. She asked him, okay, here's a deal breaker. Do you think Adam Sandler is funnier than Will Ferrell, or Will Ferrell is funnier than Adam Sandler? I'm like, Will Ferrell is obviously funnier than Adam Sandler, and she's like, he said that, and she's like, oh my god, he just broke my heart. We can't do this or whatever. Oh, she was joking, but like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think Adam Sandler is funnier than Will Ferrell. I think there are a lot more, like a lot funnier people out there. Like even SNL, if you look at SNL, like his early days or whatever, like he sang, like that's really his humor, like song humor, which isn't bad, but like I don't know, it's not, I don't think it's that impressive. I don't know, I don't find it that impressive. But maybe for him it's like really funny. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people laugh just because other people laugh and they know there's like it's supposed to be funny, but it isn't actually funny. I think Will Ferrell just has a larger range, but yeah, there are a lot of actors I can't stand because of certain common traits. I think we can all kind of figure out based on just knowing who Adam Sandler is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to spell it out for you, but like, yeah. Anywho, oh shoot, no. There we go. Oh my gosh. Moonjigated the other girl. Next, do you go for stability or uncertainty? I definitely prefer stability over uncertainty. I do take risks sometimes, but only like measured risks, you know, like carefully measured risks. Like for example, really the riskiest things that I do are probably like buying things online. It's not too risky, especially if I can return stuff. I do like to buy things just to try them, even though I'm not completely certain that they will be good. But yeah, I think it's fun to do stuff like that. Other things I definitely would not have the courage to do, or like sometimes it's not even courage, like I just don't have the interest sometimes. But yeah, so there's that. Next question is, how often do you go to restaurants? Very, very rarely. It would have to be an occasion, but sometimes I even talk myself out of it, and it's typically this one reason, and that's anyone there who's making the food can be very sick and unhygienic, and I don't want to get sick, after enjoying my food that could potentially be disgusting and uncared for. So there's that. It might be a little unreasonable, but I think it's actually very reasonable. I don't know. I think it's a very reasonable take to have. Because, I mean, like, it's not even, like, about COVID or anything, even though I think that's, like, a manufactured thing. I think a lot of people think it was a manufactured disease or whatever. But, anywho, yeah, we don't go out very often at all. And when we have, I made it kind of like not a celebration kind of thing, more like as a reward for doing something. But yeah, we don't go to restaurants very often. Number 12, it says, what are the hobbies you never found time for thus far? I don't really have an answer, but I guess my answer is I don't have any hobbies I've never found time for. Any hobby that I've really wanted to try, I've tried it. At least up to this point, like the things that I've thought of, that I've been interested in, I've tried them. And I've been very grateful to be able to do that because, one of the things I did, so I basically got like a full ride through university. Alhamdulillah. I'm very, very grateful for that. I did put in a lot of work, and I kind of discredit myself for it, but I did put in a lot of work. It's just I'm very forgetful. So I forget how much I've actually done to get that kind of stuff. Of course, I didn't do it alone. I did rely on like my mom to take me to places. My mom's right here vacuuming. Hopefully the mic doesn't obsess over it. But yeah, like thankfully I did get basically a full ride, and I did get refunds and I did get a few other scholarships as well that helped me basically explore the things that I really wanted to explore, especially artistically. So yeah, I mean, I've been very fortunate for that. I'm very, very grateful. So I never really put any hobby off to the side that I never found time for or money for or anything like that. Like, I've been very blessed to be able to do all that. So yeah, I pretty much explore anything that I want to explore, or find the time for hobbies that I want to find time for or spend time on. Next is question 13. It says, what's your take on all the superhero movies that became so popular lately? And I forgot this was actually made in 2019. It says November 22nd, 2019. So back then, it was probably just like coming to the end of the Marvel, like, big movies, the big Marvel movies and stuff like that. At that time, though, I did watch quite a few, like DC. Like, I watched Arrow, I watched The Flash. Oh my gosh, I loved The Flash. I had a huge crush on Austin Gustin or something like that. I forgot his name, Nate Gustin, or I don't know what it is, but yeah, I had a huge crush on him. Who else? Oh no, I forgot. No, I did it again. Okay, here we go. Alright, there we go. But yeah, I didn't really care about watching things like when they came out. I've always had that attitude where it's like, I just can wait. I can wait for all of this to come out on TV. And that's pretty much my attitude for everything that I want to watch. I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait for it to come out on TV. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I never like cared that much. But yeah, I watched some of them with my mom when she actually binge watched them. So, I mean, they were okay. The only character I really liked was probably a Vision. Well, I mean, I like Tony Stark too, but like, yeah, I mean, Spider-Man's okay. I mean, there's so many variations of it that it kind of just like made me like, okay, whatever, bro. Cool stuff, bro. I'm like, okay. There's a Spider-Verse. It gets just so complicated. I'm like, okay, well, like, it's not interesting to me anymore. Okay, next question says, if you could magically learn any one language, which one would you pick? Definitely Arabic. I am Arab. I don't speak it. Like, I mean, I can speak it, but I can't like really form sentences. Like, I'm very, 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 very shy. Oh my god, I have a really bad memory too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it would definitely be Arabic. I'm Arab. It would definitely be standard Arabic though. It would be like what they say MSA, modern standard, or yeah, modern standard Arabic. I wouldn't want to learn a dialect. I don't think the dialects are that important. I honestly don't care too much about communicating with other people in Arabic as much. I think the dialects are cool, but I definitely wouldn't waste my like snap if I could my magical learning or whatever. Suddenly be able to learn a language, I wouldn't choose a dialect. Because even within dialects, there's like regional dialects, like mini like subsections. But yeah, anyway, so it'd definitely be Arabic. I think it's I know it's a very beautiful language. It's very complex. It's got a lot of vocabulary, very expressive. Yeah, I just think it's wonderful. So definitely that. Also, I would be able to understand the Quran a lot easier. I don't have to be like, what does that mean? You know, like I would understand like the meaning of the words. Of course, I would have to like look up like what is this verse? Like what is the context of this verse, and like what does it mean, and that kind of way. But yeah, so there's that. Next question is, what's a movie that everyone seems to love, which is just whatever to you? For you, okay. Yeah, so I know this is a pretty unpopular opinion. I think The Lion King is very overrated. I definitely enjoy other Disney movies over that. Like, I think The Lion King is just like kind of boring compared to other ones. Like, I wouldn't be able to watch it over and over and over again. And I'm not saying like boring, like there aren't any funny parts. It's just like I think the colors aren't very engaging. They're not very exciting to me. I think the story itself is like very dramatic. Like I know there is like a lot of comedic relief, but I don't find it that funny. Like I think it's a pretty serious movie compared to other movies from Disney. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I mean I love Hercules. I love Tarzan. Like those are I even like the Princess and the Frog, even though that had like witchcraft in it. And I know Hercules is like paganism, but like it's like stories. Like these are just stories of stuff, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Like those movies, I definitely could watch over and over again. Instead of The Lion King, like I don't know why people are so drawn to it. But anywho, the next question is, what do you think video game tournaments stand any chance of becoming as popular as, say, football? No, I mean, I think they can be if there's like one game that everybody could get into. But like for example, the first thing that comes to mind is like Smash. What is it called? Like Mario Bros. Smash Bros. That's what it's called. So like if everyone absolutely adored that game, absolutely loved playing that game, and was like, yes, then maybe, but I highly doubt anyone would. Like, I don't even like Smash. And the thing is, it's not very hard for me to like games or like things in general. Like, I have a very low standard for everything in general. Like, I don't have a standard. Like, I don't expect many things from anything. Like, it is what it is. That's kind of how I just take things. Unless, like, I'm told to expect something in particular, right? First, like if something is to work, I'm expecting it to actually like do what it's being told it does, you know? But yeah. So it's not hard for me to enjoy a game, but I think other people have higher standards in general. So I don't think many people would really get into gameplay, like watching people play games. Like even for me, I would rather play the sport than watch the sport being played. For the most part. Not that I'm good at any of these sports, but I think it'd be a lot more fun for me to play the sport than to watch it being played by other people. Like I said, though, with the wrestling thing, I definitely would not be playing that. But yeah. Anywho, the next question is: are you more of a doer or a thinker? Sometimes I think and never do, and sometimes I do without thinking. So it really just depends. I think I have a pretty okay balance with both. Sometimes you kind of just got to go with your instincts and just do. Sometimes you definitely got to sit down and just think about stuff without doing anything or just waiting to do something. Oops. But yeah. I do ponder a lot. I do take time to think about things, whether it's like in the past or if I'm gonna make a decision. I do think about that stuff a lot, because obviously I don't want to waste money or energy or time or whatever. But sometimes I do waste a lot of time just thinking about something without actually doing anything, and that is an issue. I find that to be an issue, at least. So the next thing is, generally speaking, hot or cold beverages? I like cool beverages. I don't like when they're super cold, and I also don't like when things are super hot. Like, you can't really enjoy things in either sense. Like, I have pretty sensitive teeth, so like if something is super cold, it's definitely difficult for me to enjoy the flavor, if it has any flavor. And then when things are really hot, like there's no flavor to enjoy, because like I'm gonna be focusing on my tongue burning, or not focusing, but like that's gonna definitely like stand out above the other things, like above like actually tasting the drink. But yeah, I prefer cool beverages, not cold. Like, I don't care for ice. Doesn't mean I don't like, I don't think ice is a problem when it comes to like flavor. Like, I don't mind that at all. A lot of people don't like to put ice because it can water down a drink. I don't mind it. Sometimes drinks do need to be watered down. Sometimes there's too much sugar and stuff like that. So I definitely think there is a good balance to be to have when it comes to like temperature and whatnot, temperature and flavor and all that. Anywho, I'm like getting bored talking about this. Next thing is, do you ever speak in movie quotes? Yes, I definitely reference a lot of like movie quotes with my mom and some of my friends if we watch stuff together. Usually I don't like pull out movie quotes to people who I don't know if they've ever watched the movie. But yeah. So yeah, I do pull them out from time to time. It just depends on the scenario, of course. I don't have a high capacity for like remembering those kinds of things unless they really stick out. So there are only a few things that I can really reference. Alright, let's do this. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh, sorry. iPhone or Android? So I recently got an iPhone. It's definitely a shift. It does take a lot of getting used to. I still get really frustrated with it because, like, for example, what I really love about Androids is that they do have like a back button, a home button, and like a what is it called? Like a see all the open all the open programs or apps that you have. So I really do like that. But with iPhone, like if you want to see all the apps that you have open, you gotta slide from the left corner. If you want to go home, you slide from the left corner and just like click on the background. If you want to go back, you have to look at the like web page or whatever it is that you have. Like, it's I don't really like that. I know it's supposed to like give you a lot of like space, real estate, like phone real estate or whatever, but like that's honestly kind of annoying, having to kind of use the same function over and over again, like when you can have like a button that kind of, or a button for each of those things, where it's like you don't like, or like if you accidentally slide your finger, like you have to be very, very conscious of what you're doing, or like you have to be very careful that you don't slide your finger across accidentally and then lose the web page you're on, or whatever it is. Like you can very easily do the wrong thing, the thing that you're not trying to do. And I actually cried like the first night or the next day that I had the iPhone, because of the haptics. So haptics, if you guys don't know what they are, it's basically being able to feel like a little vibration or whatever while you're typing or while you're doing something like clicking on a button or something. And it also makes a sound. I'm like, bro, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to hear it. Like, can you please stop? And I turned off, like there was a switch, like a little toggle button thing that basically let me, well, it says it'll turn it off, but I never did, for all apps, for everything, right? It said everything. I was like, okay, great. Okay, so that's not bad. That's great. It didn't work. It did not work, not one bit. So that was really frustrating for me. And then I even looked it up multiple times. I was like, how do I just turn this off? Like, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to hear it. All that good stuff. I like did my best. I did the best research that I could. And I was very patient. And turned out, I went on Discord and I talked to some of my friends and stuff, and someone mentioned that you have to like go on silent mode, which basically turns off your ringer, and that turns off your haptics. And I'm like, what? So I have to do all that? Like, what if I want to hear my notifications though? Like, do I have to hear the haptics? Like, do I have to have haptics just to be able to hear my ringer, like to hear these notifications? Like, that makes no sense. That's so inconvenient, inefficient, all that stuff. Like how does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? Like, I don't get it. I really don't. And yeah, I don't know. So I definitely prefer Android. I'm definitely more used to it, but also I think it's a lot more intuitive, which honestly is crazy to me, because they say, like, one of the claims that Apple has is that it's intuitive, like it's supposed to be really easy to use for anybody of any age, any like level of exposure or whatever to technology. So I'm like, what old person would be able to understand this? I don't get it. I don't think an old person would easily understand this. Like, even my Mac, like, you have to like learn certain keybinds or like combinations of keys to be able to do something like a screenshot. Like, there isn't even a screenshot button on my MacBook. So it's like so like you're just supposed to look up everything. Like, it's a very complicated thing. Like, I have to press shift and control and command and the number 4 just to do a screenshot. Goodness sakes. But yeah, like, it's crazy. Anyway, the next question says, would you like to own a business someday? I definitely used to dream about it. I definitely had a dream of doing like a clothing company, where I get to choose all the materials, all the designs, I make all those things. That shortly died because I realized, that's not really realistic for me, especially I don't have those kinds of connections, and I definitely don't think I would be able to handle that kind of pressure. Also, I don't know, I probably would get tired of it, to be honest. I kind of had that realization where it's like I probably wouldn't do it for very long, unless I like really enjoyed it. But I don't know, it seems like a reach, like far stretch kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I just need to believe in myself. Anywho, next question. Oh, but I am actually, with the business thing, I am trying to do like a small freelancing business where I don't have to like really have any particular boss, where I could just do, oh goodness, no? Oh, it's these two, okay. Oopsie daisy. So, yeah, so I am doing Etsy. It hasn't really kicked off yet. Nobody's bought anything from what I have. I have only put like 2 things on there, but I do eventually like want to make bracelets and put them online, make some other jewelry, and yeah, like I do really enjoy that. I think that gives a lot of creativity, allows me to be creative and whatnot. But yeah, so there's that. Can you stand watching cheesy movies? Yes. Oh my gosh, listen. One of my greatest abilities, one of the things I'm really proud of, is actually my high cringe tolerance. I have a really high tolerance for cringy content. Yeah, like there aren't many things that I like wince at or cringe at where I'm like, ooh. There aren't many things. One of the things that I do cringe at very easily though would be people who try too hard with certain things. I'm like, ooh, or like they're just not getting like the cues, like they're not understanding, they're not comprehending the social cues. Sometimes, I mean, it's not always, but like if somebody's being themselves and it's like I'm not really gonna cringe at it. If anything, I'm probably gonna laugh, or like, and it's not like laugh like, oh my god, they're a loser kind of thing, but like okay, like you're silly or something, you know. It'd be more like, oh, you're silly, more than like, oh, that's cringy. It's like anybody can have whatever hobbies they have, as long as they're not like actually bad, like disgusting and vile and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I think you can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy as long as it's not harmful and immoral and whatnot. Yeah. Next is, oh, but cheesy movies, yes. So I really do like cheesy movies. Like I genuinely and generally enjoy cheesy movies. I mean, I love watching Hallmark. like if that's not the prime time of cheesy, if that's not the prime example of cheesiness, cheesy movies, then I don't know what would be. But yeah, I love Hallmark movies. I think they're super cheesy. They're basically like the same stories over and over and over again, but like they're different actors, slightly different stories. But yeah, I don't know. Next, are you into collecting? No. I mean, if you want to say like art supplies, then yes. I do kind of hoard art supplies. I try not to be too much though. Like I do like to explore. That's definitely something that I do, and that kind of causes problems for me. But I don't like to collect. I think it's kind of a waste of money and time. A waste of time because you have to like work, and that takes time. So it's kind of wasteful of the money that I earn from the time that I spend working. But also, like I don't really have any space. It's also a waste of space in my opinion, unless I'm gonna eventually like sell this stuff. Like that's the only benefit I can think of when it comes to collecting. Like I wouldn't collect Pokemon cards or anything unless I'm gonna play with them. I'm not gonna collect art supplies or whatever unless I'm gonna use them or I'm gonna sell them, like that kind of stuff. Like I definitely have that kind of mindset. But yeah. Next is sweet or savory. Savory can have like sweetness to it, I think. Like if you think about like honey barbecue chips, like they're a little sweet, but they're also definitely savory. They definitely have that like smokiness and saltiness and richness in it. So I do like that. So we are coming close to the end of this section of general casual questions to get to know someone. So I'm going to kind of take my time with this last Hexceed puzzle, just to answer these last 5 questions. So it says, do you watch TV, YouTube, or other video sites? I watch TV. I mean, no, I don't really watch TV. We don't have a TV. We don't have like a TV service or anything like that. But we do have like Netflix and Hulu, and I recently got Peacock a few months ago just to watch like 1 or 2 movies. But they actually do have a lot of really great shows on there, and movies. But yeah, we have Hulu, Peacock, Netflix. I definitely enjoy or watch YouTube the most. But yeah. Next, do you believe in horoscopes? No, I used to really enjoy learning about. I don't know if it's really horoscopes. It's more just like the zodiac stuff. I thought was really interesting because I used to love learning about Greek mythology and stuff. Now I realize, or eventually I learned that like it's actually haram to even entertain that kind of stuff. I didn't know about that back then. Like I never thought like, oh, this is going to determine who I am and this is going to determine my future, and like, you know, Allah has no place in it or anything. I never thought that. But yeah, like I didn't even realize that it could be, it's a form of shirk. So I'm very careful with that. I do still find it kind of interesting, like the mythology that goes behind it, but I definitely don't believe any of it. I used to think like, oh, I'm a Cancer sun and I'm a Cancer moon and I'm a Cancer blah blah blah, so that explains why I'm so emotional and so blah blah blah. I was like, no, girl, you just got issues. you got some issues, and that's really all it is. You just gotta figure out how to, like, you need to understand your emotions. That's pretty much it. Okay, are you into meme culture? Yes, of course. I mean, who's not into meme culture? And then do you have any siblings? Yes, I have 2 older brothers. And then the very last question, what do you think about really old movies and TV shows, stuff that might be considered a bit cheesy nowadays? I like cheesy movies. The old stuff, though, is kind of cringy. Or not cringy, but, like, kind of creepy stuff. Like, especially the Shirley Temple stuff where they're, like, making, like, sexualizing a child. That is honestly really disgusting. I'm not too surprised because the people who are doing it, the people who are definitely running it back then and now, that kind of stuff, are of a certain category, a certain type of people, type of men, type of culture, background, ethnicity, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, those people have a certain agenda that they want to push, and they did it back then and kind of normalized it. Still doing it now. Not as normal, but it is definitely subliminal, definitely here and present, but kind of just in the background. Anywho, those are all the questions, all 29 questions. Now my throat, my voice is going out. I do need some water, and I'm gonna end the game. So thank you for watching me play or listening to me talk and play and listen to the lo-fi that Hexceed provides. I really love this game. I definitely encourage you guys to play it. It's fun. It's very simple logic, very simple pattern recognition and whatnot. It's very relaxing, especially if you're not talking, or if you are just playing a video in the background. You can easily turn down the volume all the way and just watch a video while you play this. Whatever you guys want to do, I think it's really great, especially if you're studying and you still want to like kind of engage your brain but not like think too much. It's nice to play this, and like listening to the lo-fi and stuff is very relaxing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna just thank you again. Thank you. I hope you guys watch my videos in the future and videos of the past. And if you want to, comment your answers down below, whatever questions you want to answer, whether it's all of them or just some of them or none of them, please leave me down in the comments a comment about whatever it is you want. All right, thank you so much. And sorry for the vacuum in the background if you can hear it. All right, take care, guys. Take care of yourselves and others. Bye-bye.